Have you ever been having a perfectly normal day, nothing bad happening, and suddenly your brain goes, "Hey, quick reminder, you're not enough." Not screaming, not dramatic, just a casual emotional drive-by. You could be brushing your teeth, eating snacks, lying in bed scrolling, and boom, instant life crisis. You start thinking, I should be doing more. I should be further ahead. Everyone else seems to have it figured out, except me. And the craziest part? No one told you this. Your brain just decided to ruin the vibe for free. So let's talk about the psychology of feeling not enough, because this feeling is way more common, way more sneaky, and way less true than it feels. First thing to understand. Your brain is not designed to make you feel happy. It's designed to keep you alert. Thousands of years ago, being not enough meant danger. If you weren't fast enough, strong enough, or smart enough, you didn't survive. So your brain learned to constantly scan for what's missing. Fast forward to today. There are no lions chasing you, but your brain is still like, something's wrong. You could be better. So now instead of survival threats, it compares. Your life versus other people's success. Your pace versus someone else's timeline. Your reality versus the internet. And let's be honest, the internet is a terrible place to measure your worth. You open your phone for just 5 minutes and suddenly, someone your age is rich. Someone younger is successful. Someone lazier somehow still winning. And someone you barely know is living their dream. Meanwhile, you're proud of yourself for getting out of bed and not crying today. And your brain goes, see? Not enough. But here's the truth nobody says out loud. You are comparing your entire life, the doubts, the fears, the bad days, the messy thoughts, to someone else's best moments. That's not comparison. That's emotional self-sabotage. Another reason this feeling sticks so hard? We grow up learning that love and approval come with conditions. As kids, we're praised when we achieve good grades. We're proud of you. Win something. Good job. Behave well. You're such a good kid. So your brain connects the dots. I am worthy when I perform. Now you're an adult, and even resting feels wrong. You relax, but guilt sits right next to you like, so, when are we becoming successful? You feel bad for resting. You feel bad for working. You feel bad for not doing enough. You feel bad even when you're trying. That's not laziness. That's burnout mixed with self-pressure. And then there's perfection, the biggest liar of all. Perfection tells you, once you fix everything, then you'll feel enough. So you chase better habits, better goals, better versions of yourself. But the finish line keeps moving. Every time you improve, your standards rise. You climb a mountain just to realize your brain already found a taller one. It's like downloading happiness, only to find out it needs another update, forever. Here's something interesting though. Have you noticed that the people who constantly feel not enough are usually the ones who care deeply? They reflect. They question. They want to grow. Meanwhile, the people who think they're perfect? Yeah, they're usually not working on themselves at all. Feeling not enough doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're aware. But awareness without kindness turns into self-criticism. So what do you actually do with this feeling? First, stop fighting it. Arguing with the feeling just feeds it. Instead of saying, I shouldn't feel this way, try, okay, I feel not enough right now. That's it. No fixing. No judging. Just noticing. Second, separate your worth from your productivity. You are not a machine. You don't lose value when you slow down. You don't become useless on days you do less. Existing is not something you have to earn. And finally, remember this. You don't feel not enough because you lack something. You feel it because you live in a world that constantly tells you you're incomplete, so it can sell you solutions. So next time that quiet voice shows up and whispers, "You're not enough," pause for a second and say, "Maybe I'm not perfect. Maybe I'm still figuring things out. But I'm human. I'm growing. I'm here." And honestly, that's already more than enough. Have you ever been sitting in your room, doing absolutely nothing, and suddenly your brain whispers, "Yeah, you're not enough." Not loud, not dramatic, just quiet enough to feel true. And the worst part? There's no emergency, no failure. No one even said anything. Yet somehow, you feel like you're behind in life at 2 a.m. while wearing pajamas, doing nothing wrong. Let's talk about that feeling. Because if you've ever felt like you're not smart enough, successful enough, attractive enough, confident enough, or just enough, you're definitely not alone. And no, your brain isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was trained to do. Here's the weird truth. The feeling of not enough isn't proof of failure. It's a psychological habit. Think about it. Your brain loves comparing. It's basically a 24/7 comparison machine. You scroll for 5 minutes and suddenly you're comparing your life to someone who has perfect lighting, a perfect smile, and somehow time to travel, work out, start a business, and drink green smoothies before 9 a.m. Meanwhile, you're proud of yourself for replying to one email. And your brain goes, "See? Not enough." But here's the joke. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. That's like comparing your bloopers to their movie trailer and wondering why you look bad. Another reason this feeling sticks around? We're taught to tie our worth to achievement. When you're a kid, people say, "Good job" when you do something. So your brain learns, "I am valuable when I perform." Fast forward to adulthood, and suddenly resting feels illegal. Doing nothing feels like failure. Even relaxing comes with guilt. You're on the couch, but mentally you're still at work, thinking, "I should be doing more." Congratulations. You're exhausted, and still feel not enough. And let's talk about perfection for a second. Perfection is that imaginary finish line your brain keeps moving. You think, "Once I reach this goal, I'll finally feel enough." Then you reach it, and your brain goes, "Cool. Now do more." It's like chasing a Wi-Fi signal that disappears the moment you get close. Here's something funny though. Have you noticed that the people who feel not enough are usually the ones who actually care? The ones trying. The ones thinking deeply. The ones growing. Meanwhile, the people who never question themselves? Yeah, they're not exactly role models. Feeling not enough doesn't mean you're lacking. It means you're aware. But awareness without kindness turns into self-attack. So what do we do with this feeling? First, stop arguing with it. The more you try to prove you're enough, the more power the feeling gets. Instead, try saying, "Okay, I feel not enough right now, and I'm still allowed to exist." Sounds simple. Feels uncomfortable. Works anyway. Second, separate who you are from what you do. You didn't wake up on this planet just to be productive. You're not a phone that needs constant updates to be valuable. You're a human. And humans are allowed to grow slowly, mess up often, and still matter. And finally, remember this. You don't feel not enough because you are lacking. You feel it because you're human in a world that profits from making you feel incomplete. So the next time that quiet voice shows up and says, "You're not enough," just smile a little and say, "Yeah, maybe. But I'm still here." And that counts for more than you think. And honestly, that's more than enough.